and based in England. So tonight we would like to talk about the model of village saving is not credit. So, but before I'm going to talk about this model, I would like to show you the video of Joyce and Jones. They're talking about microfinance in Cambodia, and they had an interview with Bill Bennington, who is working for CARE in Cambodia. So it's a 10-minute video, but
hello from Cambodia. I represent Team Savings Not Loans, and our chosen model is savings-led microfinance. If things had gone according to plan, you would have all seen the presentation prepared by our teammate in UK, Grace, and she's done some research into the variation of SLM practiced in Africa, and that was VSLA, or Village Savings and Loans Association. The implementing partner was CARE, and that model has been tried and tested and has proven to work. So what our team wants to do is to explore the possibility of replicating and scaling up this model in Cambodia. We're going to argue that conditions are right in Cambodia for this sort of microfinance model, savings land.
Let's go to part of the team savings not loans. So I'm just going to follow up on my perspective on why we believe in savings not loans. I'm going to highlight, just I guess building on what I had in my first mind map that we posted up, the reasons why I firmly feel that savings not loans is probably the way to go for microfinance, particularly in the context of Cambodia. So there was a couple of questions that was asked from my mind map in terms of what some of the protections were and how Cambodia microcredit situations evolved the way it has. So just going back briefly, what I was saying was there's an enormous amount of refinancing rural level borrowers who basically might take out a loan from one microcredit organisation and then essentially may not have the ability to pay that loan, but there's a whole raft of other microcredit organisations within the same village or provincial level or informal lenders who will easily lend this guy money, and he will have this circle of debt cycle of refinancing, often, just to pay back the original loan, and they find that ultimately it ends up being unsustainable. It ends up in a very bad situation for the borrower. So this is the issue with these organisations who provide only credit. They're not interested in providing financial literacy or savings products or remittances. These guys are focused purely on lending, and often it doesn't even need to a business. These guys might just be borrowing money to survive, but they're out there lending money, so this huge debt cycle is evolving at the moment in Cambodia at a rural level. So some of the question that was asked was, what are the protections put in place to try and help a guy like this? But essentially they're coming in place to protect as well the microcredit organisations who are all regulated by the central bank. And within the central bank they were trying to build a credit bureau. Now the role of the credit bureau is that everyone would have to report, every time this guy took out a loan, he would have to report his name and provide information on this loan, which would then get fed back to here. So essentially the credit organisations would be able to see how much lending this guy down here had. Now, the idea is that they would then not be able.
Yeah, it's a long video, so we can move to see Bill Bennington to talk about microfinance in Cambodia, like what saving model CARE is working in Cambodia.
Now, the privilege to have with us today, Bill Pennington. Bill Pennington is Assistant Country Director for CARE in Cambodia, and Bill's going to talk to us about what CARE and some of his partners are doing to promote savings-led microfinance.
Okay. What I'd like to do today is talk to you a little bit about a program that CARE and partners such as Oxfam, CRS and TAC have developed for Cambodia called Access to Finance. And the idea behind Access to Finance is that in our analysis and our experience in Cambodia, we've determined that there's an underserved part of the population that doesn't have access to affordable finance. These are probably amongst the poorest and most remote parts of the population, but also the ones who are land poor and asset poor. poverty, but also as part of the social protection mechanisms that people are able to access in their communities. So within Cambodia, you can see in the diagram, we've looked at the financial services market. At the top we have investment and commercial banks, and in the middle we have this, as John described, a large group of commercial microfinance institutions which operate more or less as banks and have loans to individuals. Below that though, we estimate there's about 3 million poor Cambodians who will not be able to be part of that system or have access to those financial services. This group is also a target for informal products such as private money lenders who can charge exorbitant rates and be quite exploitative, and also subsidised products which are often very short-term and ill thought out from donors and donor organisations which can cause a similar amount of damage to their livelihood, to long-term sustainability of what they do. So we're savings groups, which is what the 4 organisations and a number of other organisations do, is target this underserved market of 3 million Cambodians. And as Grace explained in her presentation, the village savings and loans work in Africa is very similar to what we're trying in Cambodia. One of the principles of this is the poor are not too poor to save. The schemes use people's own money as part of the savings, which is then recycled through loans to other members in a group and then redistributed to the members of the group when eventually recycled. It's a proven methodology. We have adapted it to Cambodia to meet certain local requirements, but we believe it underpins a lot of good work that can help address poverty. For example, we know that 45% of the loans in the savings groups are used for agriculture, which is a productive investment. About 10 to 15% are used for health costs, and health costs are one of the primary risks for poor families for dropping back into poverty, some health shocks. We also know that some of the other money is used for education and other services. So we believe if 3 million Cambodians were able to save through these groups, this money would not only remain in the villages, but would remain in the local economy, purchasing local services, and so on, which would have benefits for local providers and local suppliers, other than the money which external providers have traditionally taken out of the community. The other benefit is the groups often have social funds and have money available for things like emergencies. There's a social protection element in there. In fact, we believe that savings-led microfinance is the only privately financed social protection mechanism in the world. And apart from these other benefits, we also think the group formation and the social capital involved in the groups leads to empowerment of women particularly, who are primarily the organisers and members of these groups, and also, again, benefits for children through education and health and other things which come from having this money available in the community. So we are in the process now of designing programs. We're implementing a number of these. We've reached about 150,000 people of the 3 million. Our plan over the next 5 years is to roll out the savings-led model in Cambodia to reach the other parts of this underserved market of 3 million people. Thanks.
So this village saving model was established by Kia in 1991, and this was applied by Kia, Oxfam, and Barclays Bank in Africa in 2000. And now they're expanding this model to some Asian countries like Cambodia, Vietnam, Indonesia, India, and Peru in South Africa. So I would like to tell you quickly about what is village saving and what is the aims, the principle, and how does it work, and what are the challenges. So basically, this village saving model is based on the belief poor people can save, no one too poor to save. So at the beginning, we form the group, and then start saving, and then we have a certain amount of money, and we start lending to people in the group, and then thus we keep the circulation. So the money just